everybody, it's Carol. How you doing? I wanted to talk about some Christmas books, but I've got a list of some of my favorite Christmas books, but I can't tell you about them because if I start talking about one book, 30 minutes will go by and I'll still be telling you about that one book. So I'm going to give you the titles and the authors. I'll type that all up in the description. But I'm going to tell you, basically where they take place or what kind they are or something. But I'm not going to tell you the whole story. Okay, and I'm having trouble with asthma, so if I sound funny, it's because I can't get any air. Okay, my very favorite book, and this is a book that I would buy one copy for every member of my family and everybody I know. Because it's a small book, but it's just such a powerful story. I think it's out of print. I think on Amazon the used copies are about $5. Maybe your library has it. I got all of these at the library. I buy very few books. But anyway, if I could give you a book, it would be The Modern Magi by Lynn Pearson. If you like to read, this is a short book. You can read it, I'm guessing in an hour. I don't remember how long it ever took me to read it, and I've read it probably 20 times. It's just a good book to read at Christmas. Lynn Pearson also wrote another small book called A Stranger for Christmas. That one's really good too. And they're not romances, they're not mysteries, they're inspirational fiction. That's what they are. Both of those real good. Gift of the Magi by O. Henry. Everybody's heard that story, but I really like it. Next one is Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. Now, John Grisham is not known for writing books about Christmas, but he is a good storyteller. He wrote Skipping Christmas, which was later made into the movie Christmas with the Cranks. Now, I don't know if y'all have read the At Home in Midford series by Jan Karon. I love those books. They are also inspirational fiction. Wonderful stories. Just wonderful stories. And I've talked about them so much. My son, that's 34, read them last year just because I talked about them so much, and he loved them. And he likes science fiction. He doesn't like this kind. But anyway, the 8th book in the Jan Karon series, At Home at Midford, is a book called Shepherds at Biding. But you need to read the first 7 books first. And then there was a little book, like a novella, written by one of the characters in the Jan Karon stories called Esther's Gift. That was a good little book. Here's some more. I've got them all written down. The Christmas Jars by Jason Wright. That is a real good one to read. It's also inspirational fiction. I think you'll like it. Fanny Flag. I love Fanny Flag. She's so funny and she's Southern, and she wrote a book called REDBIRD Christmas. I really liked it. Here's another inspirational one that was also made into a movie, The Christmas Box by Richard Paul Evans. The book, as always, is 1,000 times better than the movie. Christmas Box. Then, this is one of my very favorite. Christmas at Gray Sage Inn. I just wrote down Christmas at Gray Sage, but I think it's Gray Sage Inn. Gray is spelled with an E. Christmas at Gray Sage by Phyllis Clark Nichols. Takes place in Santa Fe, in my beloved New Mexico. It's a real good story too. And then, let's see. I like to read books about the Amish. Vanetta Chapman is a good author for Amish books. She wrote one called A Simple Christmas. Okay, here is one. 7 Days of Us by Francesca Hornak, H-O-R-N-A-K. This is a story about a family, pretty much a dysfunctional family, and one of the daughters comes home from, she's a doctor, and I think she was in Africa or somewhere. She comes home and discovers that she's caught a contagious disease, and when she came home for Christmas, all of her, the 7 family members are, what's it called when you can't leave? Oh, that thought just went right out of my head. But you know, they all may have this disease. Quarantined. And it's about their family and how they work out some problems. I read a lot of series. I really like series. There's a series called The Darling Dahlias. The Darling Dahlias is a gardening club. Takes place in the mid-1930s, but don't let that stop you from reading it. People are people, whether it's 2019 or 1934. You know, on the inside, we're all the same. Susan Wittig Albert wrote this series, The Darling Dahlias. The 8th one in her series is Darling Dahlias and the Poinsettia Puzzle. It's sort of a cozy mystery. And if you don't know about cozy mysteries, they're fun little mysteries. You know, some people might call them fluff because, I don't know, I read a ton of cozy mysteries. There's no sex, there's no violence, there's no gory descriptions of murders or anything in them. They're just good. I think they're wonderful. Cozy mysteries. Anyway, Darling Dahlias comes under cozy mysteries. Okay, you probably all know Debbie Macomber. She's written, I don't know how many books. And she has a whole bunch that are about Christmas. I guess she's written one every year of her career. But anyway, A Mrs. Miracle Christmas is the one that I read, and it was good. She's kind of a, sort of a romance author. She's just more of contemporary fiction, I guess. Let me see if I covered everything here. I wrote down Christmas Room by Catherine Anderson. I don't remember that one now. I have no memory. I keep my books on a list on Goodreads. When my son was in an English class at college, his professor told them about Goodreads. It's an internet site. You go to Goodreads and you set up your account, which is basically nothing. And as you read a book, you put the title in and then you rate it from 1 to 5. And that has been a wonderful thing for me because I may remember a title and I may remember something about it, but I can go back there and look on my list of books and see what rating I gave it, and that pretty much clues me in if I really liked it or not. If they're just a regular old book, I give them a 3. If there's something really, really good, I give them a 4. There are a couple I've given a 5. I'm going to tell you about those another day. Anyway, I think I've gotten all the ones I wrote down. I'm going to type this up for you because I know you can't remember anything. And if you like to read, I promise these are good books. There's nothing, I don't read things that would be like an R-rated movie. I don't read anything like that. I don't read anything scary or gory or anything like that. These are mostly inspirational fiction with some cozy mystery stuck in, and that's pretty much it. But if you're going to read about Christmas, what you need to do is get your Bible, go to the New Testament, the Gospel of Luke, the third book in the New Testament. That's where you go if you want to read about Christmas. Okay, guys, I don't know anything else, and I don't have any air, but I want to thank all of my old subs for staying with me, and I want to thank all of my new subs for joining me. I'm just amazed that I'm over 200 subs. It's wonderful. Please leave me a comment. I would love to have 200 comments. I really would. And if I never answer a comment that you've made, that means it's gone to spam and I didn't see it. So if you've ever written a comment and I didn't answer it, send me an email, or then the next one put another comment and tell me, hey, you missed my comment, because I want to read it. And I will always answer it, even if you say ugly things to me, I'm going to answer you. So leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up if you would. And Merry Christmas. If you like to read, go to my list. Thank you. Bye.